Today we're going to talk about the easiest classes to play in Wrath of the Lich King Classic arenas. These are the classes that are so hot you'll have entire servers lining up to play with you. This list is going to change your mind on what class to play in PvP, so don't miss it.
You are not prepared!
At number 5, we have Druids. Just like in TBC, a great Druid will be incredibly desirable in Wrath. But here's the bad news. Resto Druid in 2s is much more limited in comps in Wrath. Without Feral Charge or a way to dispel your teammates, Resto is much less aggressive and viable in 2s than in TBC. However, in 3s, you have plenty of strong comps to play. There are a bunch of options like Warlock, Elemental Shaman, Resto Druid, or Shadow Priest Rogue Druid. Meanwhile, balanced Druids have a few fun comps to enjoy like Boomkin Rogue or Boomkin Shaman Mage. Plus, Warlock Boomkin Shaman might just be the most annoying comp in the game. And you'll never have any issues getting into 5s teams since everybody loves a Boomkin. Finally, Ferals will be having the time of their lives. There are so many viable Feral comps in Wrath, like Feral Rogue, Feral Mage Priest, Feral Disc Hunter, the list goes on and on. It's going to be a pretty great idea to dual spec Feral no matter what your main spec is on Druid. At number 4, we have Shamans. Shamans are just the perfect support class for arenas. Ellie Shamans are part of some of the strongest Wrath comps like Warrior Ellie Paladin, you have Warlock Ellie Druid as well, and Restos alone will have a good half dozen comps to choose from like Mage Priest Shaman, Shaman Warlock Boomkin, and of course mainstays like Warrior Shaman for 2s. The big downside for Shamans is that Enhance in PvP is pretty niche. You only have a few main partners like Ret Paladins and Death Knight. As a main PvP Enhance, I definitely suggest dual specking into Ellie or Resto as well. But Enhanced Shamans really do shine in 5s where you should be able to find some really easy groups. There won't be that many players focusing on Shaman, so Shaman mains will really stand out and get groups. At number 3, we have Warriors. Warriors are just so great to play and to know in Wrath of the Lich King. Of course, you're half of the strongest and most important 2s comp in the Holy Paladin Warrior comp. And you're a key part of some of the other strongest comps in the game like Warrior Ellie Paladin and Warrior Death Knight Paladin. Plus, you can always fall back to running with any healer and you'll still find solid success. And will anyone really want to run 5s without a big pumping arms warrior? Before we get to the second easiest class to play in arenas, please take a minute to save my friend Jeff. He was holding a party balloon and now, unfortunately, he's floating away. Press the like button to pop his balloon and send him back to Earth. At number 2, we have Priests. Every smart player in Wrath is going to have at least a few great priests on their friends list. Discipline Priest is always going to be desirable. Of course, you have RMP, you have your Feral Disc, you have your Ret Hunter Priest. You can pair a priest with practically any DPS in the game. Meanwhile, just like in TBC, Shadow Priests can play with mages and rogues all day long. Plus, they have plenty of strong comps in 3s like Mage, Shadow Priest, Resto Shaman. Everyone will want a Shadow Priest, and there just aren't that many good ones to choose from. Hi there. Sorry to interrupt, but could you take a moment to click these subscription button shaped pillows to deploy them onto the ground to save Jeff? I really didn't understand how gravity worked when I told you to pop that balloon. And while you're here, could you make sure to click on his notification bell? It makes a fun sound. At number 1, we have Paladins. If you play Paladin in Wrath, you'll spend most of your time turning down arena invites. Holy Paladins can pretty much play with anyone in 2s and 3s, plus you'll be extremely hot in 5s as well. Of course, you're the most desirable healer in 2s since you're the key to the number 1 comp, Holy Paladin Warrior. And in 3s, you have so many partner options. You have comps like Warrior Ellie Paladin, you have Warrior DK Paladin. Everything pairs well with a Holy Paladin. Just make sure you clear your friends list now so you can fill it up in Wrath. Not to forget Retribution Paladins. Ret and Hybrid Paladins get to play with anyone and everyone in 2s. If you can think of a DPS class, Ret can probably push rating with it. In 3s, you're more limited, but comps like Ret Rogue Priest and Ret Death Knight Priest will absolutely pump. By now, you know the easiest classes for arenas in Wrath of the Lich King. Which class will be your main for Wrath Arenas? Talk to me about it in the comments below. Mine will definitely be Holy Paladin since there are so many comps to choose from. It's so nice to play a desirable class in PvP. If you like this video, make sure to check out my Wrath Arena comp tier list. It'll tell you the very best comps in Wrath Arenas in 2s and 3s. Go check it out.